that people don't expect when they are working with flower essences is that sometimes feelings you don't expect come up when you're using them. And that's always a shock because you probably hoped the flower essence was going to help you get over your bad feelings, right? And they often do seem to work that way, especially if it's something that's very current and where you already know why you feel the way you feel. But sometimes the feelings you feel are a cover-up or a defense mechanism for something else. And that's especially true if you're working on a problem that's been there a long time, a chronic pattern since childhood. So, for example, I have such a chronic pattern with over-perfectionism, and it makes me anxious and it gets in the way of me enjoying my life. So I decided to use rock water, which is great for people who are overly perfectionistic for themselves, larch for having more confidence and a more positive attitude, and zinnia for being able to approach my life more playfully and with a sense of adventure. And that was actually helping. It was helping me feel a lot more relaxed. And then when I got relaxed, up popped all these early memories about feeling rejected by my parents for not being good enough, and a lot of grief about what that has meant for my life. So what do you do in a situation like that? Well, what I did was I let myself cry because that's the best way to release grief. But I also added Mariposa lily flower essence to the formula because I wanted to address those feelings of rejection left over from my childhood. And that's what that's for. So that's what I did. And what came up after that was a realization that my parents weren't rejecting me at all. They loved me. In fact, they were treating me the way they treated themselves, and also how they had been treated as children. And all of a sudden, I saw things differently because now I was looking at the situation from my adult's perspective instead of from the perspective I had as a child when I didn't really know anything about how my parents grew up. So in a lot of ways, flower essences are a tool for self-awareness. You might want to bring in the help of a therapist if you're not used to working with yourself like that. But otherwise, you do what you would normally do if you are used to it. You grab a journal, you grab a friend, you let yourself cry, you pound a pillow. And if that's not enough, then you add in or you switch to a flower essence to specifically address what's coming up now.